Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're finally going to talk about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard fiasco some more. We were out of town for a couple of days. If you're watching our live streams, you'll know we're down checking out Galaxy's Edge in Disney World. And I do know a lot of people were writing, they're like, why aren't you commenting on this? Because we were commenting on the Johnny Depp situation. Kind of as the whole thing went down when it first started, there was a big lawsuit going on, and now people are starting to backpedal. They're starting to side with Johnny Depp because a recording is floating around out there that Amber Heard admitted to hitting Johnny Depp. So, you know, it kind of does put a hole in her credibility as to what's actually going on here. Now, do I think both parties are angels?
No.
No. I think that they're clearly not good for each other, you know, to put it mildly. But this isn't a case of this being a very one-sided thing with him, you know, beating her, whatever it is she was accusing him of doing.
Well, basically, when these allegations came out against him, immediately it was, well, they were all wanting him taken off of all the Harry Potter stuff. Right. They wanted him to kick out of the Pirates and all that, Pirates of the Caribbean franchises and all that. And when it comes out about her, there's like nothing done.
Yeah, and this is starting to, I think, reverse course. We've seen this in a couple of cases where we had, you know, people coming forward. And again, you want to believe anyone who claims, you know, or at least give them the benefit of the doubt that there's abuse going on, to look into it. But if it turns out that things are not as they appeared, then you can't, you know, dismiss counterclaims. And that's kind of what's going on here, where, you know, Johnny Depp, as flawed as he may be, does not seem to be quite the person she was making him out to be. In fact, she's physically violent herself.
Well, I could be mistaken, but weren't some of his exes even coming forward and saying that he was never like violent, and they didn't, you know, they didn't believe it? So.
Right. So, but you're right. I mean, this has huge career ramifications for him because, you know, he's lost gigs. We're calling for Johnny Depp to be canceled. We think that they're going to reboot Pirates of the Caribbean with a younger actor.
Yeah, or female.
Or female,
And when we reported those rumors, people are not happy about it. They're like, I'm not going to see it if Johnny Depp's not in it. That's basically the attitude. Take note, Disney. People don't want to see Pirates if Johnny Depp is not in it. So...
Well, he basically made the franchise. So, very interesting turn of events. We're going to talk about that. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're at about 92,000 subs, hoping for 100,000 soon, guys. We haven't touched the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation in many, many months because there hasn't been any news about it really, and we didn't want to be one of these channels that, like, let's talk about the drama with Johnny Depp every day. You know, that's
just, we want to wait for news to come out that you can actually talk about. So
and there actually was quite a bit of news that came out. So Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, they had this conversation. It's been floating around Twitter, where she basically admits to hitting him.
No, she didn't. I hit you. I didn't punch you.
There's a difference.
But I hit you with my hand. I don't remember how my hand was. It was in a fist or an open hand. I don't remember. But you're such a little bitch. I didn't punch you. I hit you.
So what's the difference?
Well, according to her way her hand was, it wasn't in a fist. But then she said later, but I don't remember how my hand was.
She doesn't remember. So, you know, look, she was, I believe, arrested before for physically assaulting another partner.
Yeah.
Female partner she had at one point. Again, I'm not saying Johnny Depp's an angel, but this clearly is not a case of Johnny Depp smacking this poor little starlet around, you know, because it sounds like she's starting a lot of the issues. And, you know, and even when he had his fingertip cut off by a broken bottle that apparently she allegedly threw at him, they had a video out there on Twitter I saw where he was talking to kids in the hospital, and they asked him or somebody in the hospital and asked him what happened to his finger. He's like, oh, I just got bruised. He wasn't, he didn't say, hey, my psychotic wife.
Well, from a guy's point of view, too, you can't say a woman hit me and cut my finger off, because then you're going to be mocked for that as well.
Well, let's talk about that.
Oh, really? Someone did it. Oh, it's a woman who wrote this article.
Yeah, let's talk about that. This is coming from Spiked Online. There are articles out there talking about how men are abused, you know, in domestic disputes.
Yes, it does happen.
It does happen.
But there's a lot more of a stigma against a man saying that he was abused by a woman than a woman saying she was abused by a man.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of puss are you to let a woman abuse you? And it happens all the time. Men are abused often. It's not like a rare occurrence like people act like it is. It happens just as, I would say just as much to men as it does women.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to say anything about that. But the thing is she even says, like, you look at her reaction when he's complaining about being hit, and she's like, just basically suck it up, stop being a crybaby.
You're such a baby.
You're such a baby. Like, it's okay if I slap you around. And he's what, 20, 30 years older than she is? I mean, he's getting up there. I mean, she could have knocked his ass down the stairs or something. And, but, so, I mean, this is going to be really interesting. But, the point of all of this being, now that this evidence has come out, people are starting to change their minds. There was a lot of blind support for Amber Heard for the longest time. If you even suggested that maybe she wasn't the innocent victim she claimed to be, oh my God, the comments. Oh my God, the articles. It was just a never-ending. Like, you have to believe her because she said that this is what happened. And now that there's evidence that she flat out admits that she's hit him, people are like, well, what else has she lied about?
Yeah.
And so now people are trying to petition to get her removed from Aquaman 2.
Well, they petitioned to get him removed from Harry Potter and Pirates, and we know they're trying to remove him from Pirates because he's quote-unquote problematic. But she is out there starting fights, hitting people, has previous, records of hitting other partners in the past, or at least one other partner in the past. So, yeah.
So there is a change.org petition to get her removed from Aquaman. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll be honest. I don't think it's actually going to happen. I don't think they'll get rid of her. Either. Clearly public opinion is changing because of this, because there is more proof that she's not the angel that everybody tried to make her out to be. She's not the innocent victim in this. Again, I'm not saying that Johnny Depp is an angel either. But clearly this is not just a one-sided situation. I mean, obviously these two need to stay as far away from each other as possible. But there's also another petition out there to try to get Disney to bring him back for another Pirates movie. If it turns out that he actually wins, then I think they probably will. I mean, Disney's kind of fickle when it comes to that sort of stuff, because we saw what happened with, like, Jim Cummings when there were allegations and stuff like that. We were like, oh my gosh, they're going to drop him because there was a whiff of wrongdoing. And again, it was the same kind of situation where the wife was accusing him of being nuts and abusive and all that, and it turned out that, he actually won. So I think as long as he's clear, or at least Disney feels that the public is not anti-Johnny Depp, they probably will bring him back for another Pirates, even if it's like a mentor role or something. Bring him in to pass the sword to another character.
People aren't going to watch it without Johnny Depp.
They're not going to.
I'm just going to tell you, because the comments were overwhelmingly... there were some people who were like, oh, good, kick him out. I mean, there were. But mostly people were like, well, I'm not watching it if Johnny Depp isn't in it.
Yeah, I mean, he made the franchise. Like, if he was not in the Pirates movies, nobody would care.
Pretty much.
And they're trying to find, they're talking about, possibly Red the Pirate, Karen Gillan.
Or Emma Watson. I can't see Emma Watson doing it at all.
Can't carry a
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but she always walks like she has a stick up her ass.
Yeah.
And every character she plays, she's very stiff, and I just can't see her carrying off a Red the Pirate. Red the Pirate's going to be, like, if you're going to be a redhead and you're going to be, like, a pirate redhead, you need to be, you need to be flowy and real and, like, I don't know how to explain it, but and you cannot be like
suave. Yeah,
you cannot have a stick up your butt and act like like Emma Watson in some things, and she's good in some things she does. But this role requires a certain, I don't want to say finesse, but like a certain type of actor, and she is not it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, look, she was perfect as Hermione, because Hermione was
a stick in the mud.
She was a stick in the mud. I thought she was really stiff as Belle. Yeah, because what sold that movie, let's face it, was a remake of Beauty and the Beast. She really didn't have to be fantastic in that movie. She just had to be good enough. People are going to come see it. So I don't know. But this is really interesting to see how public opinion might change. We've been following it for a while, and again, like any case like this, whether it's this or the Vic Mignogna situation, it's like you always, when somebody comes forward with stories, you don't want to dismiss their stories. But when you start to see more evidence that maybe proves to the contrary, you can't ignore that either.
But but we're never looking at this like the other person's completely innocent either. I mean, I think their truth often lies in the middle. And I'm not, there are campaigns, we've seen it before, where they target people to deliberately try to cause them damages, and that happens as well. So, I mean, it's really hard, and it's like, who do you believe anymore? Who do you believe?
Yeah, well, that's where the courts come into it. And I guess
that's why we always let the courts decide.
I'll let the courts decide, and this is going to be a messy situation. I don't know what the blowback's going to be. I don't think either. I mean, Johnny Depp, I think at this point, if it turns out that he's not as guilty as they were making him out to be, I think his career can be salvaged. He's still bankable. Amber Heard, it'll go down the memory hole.
Probably.
There are stars all the time that do really shitty things, and it goes down the memory hole.
Wait a couple years, and then give him a big role of something, and then people forget. Yeah. Well, I know, like I said, I'm pretty sure that Johnny Depp's past partners came forward and said that.
Yeah, they did.
They were like, he's not like the type to do that at all. So who knows?
Yeah, he never struck me as being like, stoned off his ass, but physically violent.
He sounds stoned or drunk.
Even in that recording, he sounds very, very stoned. But we'll kind of keep an eye on this as it develops. I don't know what's going to happen. People are just going to chalk it up, I think, to being just another Hollywood debacle, But it is very interesting now that public opinion is changing because of that recording.
Yeah.
So you better be damn sure if you're going to accuse somebody of doing something that you've got your butt covered.
Yeah, and you sure as heck don't admit to it.
No, you don't admit to it.
She just did, totally. It was just like, okay.
I didn't hit you with my fist, so it wasn't really a punch.
I hit you, but I didn't punch you. I hit you. God. And he's even like, what's the difference?
Yeah. It's crazy. So we're going to see what happens with this. I think public opinion might change somewhat on it. And again, a lot of the stuff, though, I think is going to totally go down the memory hole once the trial blows over and all that. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.